macro factors that are affecting farm and agribusiness.
So fingers crossed. I think I have all the notes. We'll just see how we do today. But there are four things they're looking at right now, thinking these could certainly be impactful to them as they move into the 2023 growing season. One is the probability of a recession. Probably in the next 12 months, we're going to see there's about a 60% chance of that. That, of course, will make a difference for us. And it reshuffles our labor force. Currently, if you are looking for a job, there's 1.7 jobs for every worker. Think about that, guys. Y'all need to pick up the slack and take more jobs, apparently. I'm looking at you two. All right. And so with that happening, the labor participation is lower than it's ever been before. And that tight labor market can also help reduce the impact of a recession. Then we have a lower supply chain pressure. We are finally starting to see some improvements. It's less of a just-in-time delivery system and more of a, well, we almost had it there for you delivery system. But it is getting a little bit better right now. And our commodities overall, globally, are still quite strong and very bright. With the recession, we see some projections on our commodity prices that they could soften, like corn, soybeans, wheat, hogs, and poultry. The downside is it takes a while for those softening in our prices at the farm level to reach the consumer. So even if we start to see a little less as far as what the farmer's share would be on, say, poultry, we aren't going to see those prices fall because it's got to go all the way through the supply chain system. We aren't going to see those prices fall for a little while. And I just read a study yesterday that talks about the food dollars in America. When you spend $1 of food, 7.4 cents of that actually goes back to the farmer who produced your product. Interesting to note.
It is really interesting.
Is that up real quick? Is that up or down from the last few years, Bridgette? Do you know?
That was actually up. I think over a 2-year time frame, that went from 6.9 cents to 7.4. So we didn't really gain a lot, but it was up.
It's a shiny penny.
That's right. That's what you're getting.
Of that, are there, within some of those factors, what are some of the ones that have the greater amount of fear when it comes to analysts looking at these that could really affect the markets or the industry more as a whole?
Well, I think in just talking with folks here at this trade show today, what are the greatest concern that farmers have right now? Labor, because no one has enough people to get the job done the way they'd like to. Very rarely do you find that instance. And two, as interest rates have gone up, we have the financial picture that some of our farmers have had isn't quite as rosy. We also have higher land price than we've had before, which equates to higher cash rent prices as well. So it's a little bit concerning. You have some really high value crops like potatoes and sugar beets that help carry our region, but not all of our farmers are in as great of fisc as they would like to be at this point.